A warm good evening to my respectable teacher and my dear friends. Today I'm the host for this wonderful evening. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Abna Ravindran, one of the literary students. Uh, we are very thankful to have this wonderful opportunity at this time, and I would like to thank our literature sir, Mr. Achudan Yogaraja, to give a wonderful opportunity like this. Um, Now it's time to speak about the presentation. I hope that all the presenters would prepare well and they will do their presentation without nervous. Let's move on to the presentation. First, I would like to call Anne Kanushika to speak on the topic.
Good evening to you all. Today I would like to talk about the poem The Eagle by Alfred Lord Tennyson. First of all, I just tell the summary about this poem, The Eagle. The Eagle by Tennyson is an amazingly powerful poem. Although it just consists of two stanzas, the poem about a lone eagle perched in a steep of rocking the sea. Eagles are large, powerful birds of prey. Even they are considered as the king of bird. They have large hooked beaks and excellent eyesight. They also have powerful talents with which help them catch prey. Eagles build their nests on the high cliffs or in tall trees. There are over 16 species of eagle present in the world. Well, I already told that the poem Eagles consists just two stanzas, each consisting of three rhyming lines of iambic pentameter. This type of three rhyming lines called triplets. In the first stanza, um, the poet describes the bird perched high up on the rock. Um, High up on the rock with a sense of admiration. The bird hold tightly to the rock. The bird eagle tightly holds the rock with his iron-like talons and stands to against the gusty wind that sweeps against him. He appears um, he appears close to the sun. He appears close to the sun than to the earth due to the majestic height of his position. He is circled by the blue sky. In the second stanza, the poet describes the sea as it appears to the bird. The huge rolling waves of the sea are reduced to wrinkles from that great height. In the last line, the bird falls like a thunderbolt to the sea below in awesome climax. And now let's talk about the writer who wrote this story. As you all know, this poem is wrote by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Lived during Victorian era. This is widely known as the Romanticism movement in the literary culture. Tennyson was often referred as one of the main representative of poetry during Victorian era. Due to his growing popularity both during and after his time. Um, Romanticism was a reaction to the Enlightenment or the notion that human action were guided by the other forces. Um, the movement as whole emphasized feeling over thought and was characterized by imagination, individualism, and freedom. um, uh, Romantic poets often focus on the idea that nature is beautiful and understand life. Humans must appreciate nature. The eagle shows the Tennyson appreciation of the nature. And Tennyson is inspired by the inspired to write this poem by he frequently visited pianos. He saw eagle, raptors, and other birds of prey circling above him in the area he visited. In the poem, Tennyson opted to create an imaginary setting of cliffs by the sea. Instead of mountainside, refers to the however, he refers to the um, grip of the bird in his effort to the balance himself on the rock, which is exposed to the unrelenting blast of wind. Crooked means ugly, deformed, and it creates an unpleasant picture in our mind. The harsh alteration of sound heightens that effect. Close to the sun in lonely land, suddenly the close-up changes into a long shot like in a film. Now we see the bird against the sky at a superior height, and the phrase "lonely land" seems to suggest the eagle's domination of the sky. The prominent assonance of the or sound further accent further sound further the sense of loneliness and distance. The alliteration of sound contribute to the musical quality of the line. Ringed with azure world, he stands. The word azure world refers to the sky of the color of ocean blue. The bird is circled or ringed by the blue sky. The passive action of stance, which rhymes with hands and lands, create an effect of stillness. This is like a still shot in a this is like a still shot in a cinema. Um, the the wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. The waves of the sea, like wrinkled of a cloth or skin from that great height. The rolling of waves is diminished to crawling. The word crawls also remind us about the reptiles who are eaten by eagle. In addition, the word wrinkle reminds us of an old person, while crows remind us of a baby. Taken together, it might be suggestive of the life cycle of human or nature. Uh, he watches from his mountain walls. It is not clear what he watches from that great height. The eagle is a bird with a sharp vision. He may be watching some prey, a fish, for example, far below. The bird also builds up some tension and is preparing him for an action. Um, from for an action. The word mountain wall suggests the sharp incline of the rock and its inaccessibility. And like a thunderbolt, he falls. Finally, the eagle dives off the cliff and sweeps downwards in a straight line in a graceful movement. It is an effortless action which depends on the gravitational acceleration. The word thunderbolt suggests suggests the speed with which thunderbolt strikes and thus the swiftness of the eagle. The bird may be diving and at its prey, which has very little chance of escape given the lightning speed of at which it descends on him, and the characteristics. And finally, by this poem we can come to conclusion that the bird eagle is a powerful inaccessibility majesty bird, and it also shows the authority and swiftness of it. Thank you for hearing me.
Thank you, Aunt Kanushika. You made some great points. And now I would like to call Master Sahityan to speak on the farewell to Burn and Star Country.
A great warm good evening to you all. Today I am going to present about the poem Farewell to Barn and Stacken Tree, which was written by A. Housman. A. Housman is one of the most important English poet of the 19th and 20th centuries. He was born on England on March 26th of 1859. He is the eldest of the seven children. In 1877, he attended St. John's College, England, and he received first class honors in classical moderations. After finishing his studies, he was appointed as a professor of Latin at Trinity College, Cambridge. In his lifetime, he published only 2 volumes of poetry, a Shropshire Lad and Last Poems. He is best known for his simple style and memorable moving images that made his work popular during his lifetime. If we go into the detailed analysis of this poem, Farewell to Barn and Stack Country by A. Housman describes a traumatizing story of two brothers and how one of them accidentally met his end in the wheat field at the hand of other. Farewell to Barn and Stack Country, farewell to Seven Show, farewell, Terence, look, you are last at me, and I came home no more. For I came home no more. In the first line of Farewell to Barn and Stack Country, the speaker begins by utilizing the line that later became the title. He bids farewell to Barn, Stack, meaning a concealed pile of hay, uh, uh, a concealed pile of hay, and a tree. These are specific images associated with a specific place. The Severn is the largest river in UK, along which many of the most populated cities are situated. This line is also an example of alliteration with the repetition of words beginning with S, like Severn Shore. In the third line, the speaker addresses one of his intended listeners or one of his frequent listener, someone named Terence. He asked this person to take a look at him as he never going to come home after this moment. As the first stanza is travel to barn and stack country, these lines do their job well. There is a great deal of mystery embedded in them, simply because a reader has no idea who the characters are or what is driving the speaker away. Is he speaking? Is he living willingly? Is someone forcing him? The way the lines are phrased makes it seems as if he's sorry to leave, but this is the only hint Housman presents the reader with so far. In the second stanza, the sun burns on Half Mound Hill. By now, the blood is dried, and Morris amongst the hay lies still, and my knife is in his side. In the second stanza of Farewell to Barn and Stracken Tree, the speaker goes on. He informs the reader very quickly and emotionlessly that someone has died. A man named Morris is amongst the hay. He lies still. If this isn't bad enough, the speaker admits that his knife is in his side. Without a doubt, this is the reason the speaker is feeling. He's killed this man for unknown reasons and must, due to the pursuit of the law, leave his home. The first two lines of this stanza are shocking. They are contrasted. They contrast the warmth, heat, and color of the sun to that the half-bound hill and the dried blood. In the third stanza, my mother thinks us long away. This time the field will mourn. She had two sons at rising day. Tonight she'll be alone. The third stanza of Farewell to Barney's second tree continues the speaker's tale. He describes his mother and her perception of the day. With these details, the speaker's crime becomes even more dramatic. It turns out that Morris was his brother. His mother is going to be expecting her two sons to come home tonight, but instead she'll be alone. The speaker appears to be well aware of the consequences of his actions. Juxtaposition is used again in these lines as the speaker recalls how the two were meant to mow the lawn, but instead the day ended in murder and loss. And here's a bloody hand to shake. And oh man, here's goodbye. Well, we'll sweat no more on scythe and rag, my bloody hands and I. The story continues into the fourth stanza. The speaker looks at his hands, holds it out for his friend, and says, "Here's a bloody hand to shake. Whether it is covered in blood or not, it drew blood, and like Macbeth is stained with the act." Finally, in the second line, it appears the speaker is getting emotional or at least a little distressed about his situation. He moves through his words unevenly, saying, "And oh man, here's goodbye." It is sinking in that he really has to leave. It's the end. From a goodbye to his listener, he says goodbye to the life he had before. His bloody hands are no longer going to sweat on scythe and wreck together. His life is about to change dramatically. I, I wish you strength to bring you pride and allow to keep you clean. And I wish you I wish you luck come Lamasai at racing on the green. In the fifth stanza of this poem, he speaks to the listener Terence, telling them that he wishes him well. He hopes this other man will find a love to keep Terence clean. This is likely a reference to romantic love or perhaps passion in life. To keep him out of trouble, obviously the speaker did not have this feature in his life to keep him clean. The use of the word clean is in this line should be noted. He would like his hands to be clean, but they are bloody. There's nothing he can do to wipe away his dead now. It is clear the speaker wants nothing but a positive future to his friends. But in wishing him so, he's contrasting his own painful future with a happy and purposeless one. In the third line, he references Lamacide. Lamacide is a holiday celebrated on August 1st to mark the wheat harvest. Lamacide means the harvesting festival. In the sixth stanza, long for me the rig will wait, and long will wait the fall, and long will stand the empty plate, and dinner will be cold. In the fourth stanza of this poem, the speaker tells it. In the sixth stanza of this poem, the speaker tells the listener that the rick or stack of hay is going to wait for him. It will be there in the field forever now, as his hands will never touch it again. The same can be said for the fold, the empty plate, and his mother's kitchen table, and the food on that plate. It will be it will soon be called, as fold is a reference to a pen or enclosure in which animals are kept. Farewell to Barn and Second Tree by E. Housman is a six-stanza poem that is separated into sets of 4 lines, known as quatrains. These quatrains followed a simple yet impactful pattern of A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, and so on, changing end sounds as Housman saw fit. Housman makes use of several other techniques in the poem. These include anaphora, alliteration, enjambment, and juxtaposition. The latter is when two contrasting things are placed near one another in order to emphasize the contrast. A poet usually does this in order to emphasize a larger theme of their text or make an important point about the differences between these two things. In the case of Farewell to Barn and Second Tree, it can be seen in the second stanza when the seemingly pastoral landscape is contrasted with the dead man. If we take a look on the past paper question of 2020, Farewell to Barn and Second Tree poetically depicts the emotional conflict of an individual. As I told you in the starting, it is a poem about two brothers and one about two brothers and how one met his end in another one's hand. In that way, the speaker had killed his brother Morris because of his personal or professional reasons. We can't told we can't didn't told that, but from the fifth stanza of this poem, we can assume that the speaker and his brother Morris are loved the same girl, and the speaker was not able to love her, and the woman went with his brother. As I told you in the starting, the speaker had killed his brother Morris. After this murder, he felt very. During this murder, he felt very angry, and after being a criminal of this murder, he felt very sad of his brother, his inanimated surroundings, about his family, etc. We can say that his inner conflict is revealed as he bids farewell to his inanimated surroundings like barn, stag tree, and his friends. And also after this murder, he felt very sad, and he felt very guilty about his life, and he felt very sad about his mother, that she has two sons in that morning, and she will be alone for the night. And in the end, we can say that Farewell to Barn and Second Tree is one of the best conflict poem of A. Housman, and this poem has revealed many uncontrolled emotions of this speaker, and this conflict may affect the whole environment of the speaker. Thank you all for listening me. Have a nice day. Bye.
You organized your presentation well, Sahityan. Thank you for your presentation. Now, I would like to call Sumeda to speak on the eagle.
A warm good evening to you all. Today I'm going to present about the poem The Eagle. The Eagle poem was